Hey guys, it's Alam. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the end of the southeast corner farlands in my Minecraft creative map that I've been working on. But later in the video, I will also show you guys how I recently changed my whole plan for the farlands and the outer limits of this map entirely. So right here, I started at my recreation of the farthest lands. But now let's quickly head to 6,500, 130, and then 6,300. There. So right away, you will see my recreation of the first stages of the degrading of the corner farmlands, where I had to change here from a flat layer into a field of 7 block high columns, only where both the x and z coordinates are divisible by 4, on top of a thin layer. And in case you're wondering what this is about, I actually plan to make this layer a little higher. But anyway, now let's head over to 6,700, 6,700. So right away here, you'll see that I'm actually in the process of adding the sky grid to the very end of the corner farlands, which is like 90 septillion blocks out on a regular map. Now, this is actually all based around a Reddit thread a while back in the Ant Venom subreddit about the sky grid generating in beta 1.7.3 when they set the coordinate scale to an extremely high value, just like I did to find the quote-unquote real end of terrain generation a while back in 1.12.2 customized worlds. Now, it actually is pretty interesting, and it is linked in the description down below, and I actually explain a little bit in the description down below. But you can see here that I am working on adding the sky grid, which will actually go out to the world border on the z-axis and stop at about 6,976 on both axes. Now let's add some leaves here to sort of liven the end of this flat layer up. Now let's bring out some pods, because I originally planned to have a mega taiga biome at the end of the corner farland, the southeast in this map. And I actually plan to have that here. Alright, now let's bring this over. There. So now let's head over to 4,500, 100, 1,000. So you might expect this to be within the farlands of my map, since it is beyond 3,900. But you'll see here that I'm actually working on normal terrain. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You guys may be thinking that I actually removed the farlands from my whole plan for this map. Well, not exactly. While I eventually realized that a full-fledged farlands recreation which would actually take up over 100 million blocks squared of the map area, which is currently 207 million blocks squared approximately. I will expand the world border again to 8,000 blocks, so it will be 256 million blocks squared. But it would just take too much. It would just take too much time. So what I instead opted to do is have patches of farlands terrain beyond that point, similar to a biome. It would actually be a pretty cool idea if we could have the farlands as like a rare biome that had a chance of spawning in the middle of the ocean, at least like several 100,000 blocks out, and maybe the chance got higher the further you went. I'll try to recreate that here. So basically, all the terrain beyond 3,900 in my map will now be normal terrain, except for closer to the world border, and except for within about 300 blocks of the axes. It's like beyond 3,900 on one axis and within 300 plus or minus on the other axis. And around the corner, and around where I currently have the corner farlands. those two areas will still have all the Farlands material in this map. And I will still develop that. And of course all the current Farlands material that is in my map will be in the finished map. Now this actually solves the problem where I couldn't have more than 4 different types of Farlands terrain in the map. So now I can actually build a recreation of the InfDev Farlands somewhere, in addition to like the caves and cliffs and everything. This also solves the problem of having one type of corner Farland directly neighboring a different type of Farland, like how the caves and cliffs corner Farlands would have been right next to the bedrock based one, and how the caves and cliffs the 60th based edge Farlands would have been immediately neighboring the 64-bit mod based corner Farlands. I will actually change the X Farlands, the East Farlands, near the positive X negative V corner to also be based around the Bedrock Edition Farlands as well. And I will change the positive Z Farlands near the corner to be based around the Beta 1.10.3 Farlands. And I will change the North Farlands neighboring the Northwest corner Farlands to the Caves and Cliffs Farlands as seen in the negative Z-axis on Bedrock Edition, where it's like a hybrid of the Highlands and the regular Caves and Cliffs Farlands. And this also opened the door for me to recreate the Shard Farlands, which I will actually do beyond 5,000 blocks in the positive Z in the areas that don't have the Farlands at 3,900 in my map. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell and click on all for all notifications. The map download link is in the description down below if you want to check this map out for yourself, and goodbye.